Back now on Triad Today, and boy, these are tough economic times. I know people are saying that the recession is over. We'll get into that later. But it's not over for people who are still out of work. And sometimes people worry about not only trying to get a job, but while they're out of work, are they going to get the unemployment benefits that they're supposed to get? Jay Paul, Director, if we can meet a gentleman that's going to help us work through this particular topic. He's been on the show before, a good friend of ours. Jim Green is an attorney with the Dummit Law Firm. Welcome, Jim.
Hey, Jim, it's good to see you. Glad to be here again.
Serious thing. You know, I guess they say, well, the recession's over. You know, some of these economists say that, but there's still a lot of people hurting, right?
You're exactly right, Jim. It's a shame. In North Carolina especially, we've just been hard hit by this recession going through, and unfortunately some people are losing their jobs.
And now what are the steps involved in filing for unemployment?
First of all, Jim, for unemployment, you need to be in a position where you lost your job through no fault of your own. If you refuse to do work, if you decide to leave your position, or if you're fired for a reason.
That's different.
Correct. You're not going to be able to apply for unemployment. So you need to lose your job through no fault of your own.
Like a plant downsizing or
exactly.
closing.
Or if you become physically unable to do the job you were hired, say you sustain an injury and you're just not able to do it, the employer needs to let you go. You're going to be able to apply for these unemployment benefits, and you need to go down and you need to file a claim for unemployment benefits.
Okay. And so obviously then if they say, look, I was injured or the plant was closed, and they say, okay, you're qualified, but that's one part of it. Let's say you qualify, but what happens next?
Well, you figure you're going to qualify, and you file your claim for benefits. You also register to work on with the Employment Security Commission. You're going to need to assimilate a certain amount of information that you're going to have to provide to them. That's going to include your Social Security number. You're going to need your employer's registration number. That's easily obtainable either through your previous employer or from a W-2 form if you've kept that from filing taxes. You're also going to need the dates and the rate of pay that you worked for each employer for. Usually they'll go back 12 to 18 months. And you're going to need to be able to provide this information to them because they're going to need to go through and then verify how you lost your position and what your rate of pay actually was.
Gosh, that sounds kind of complicated. I know that, you know, in your world maybe you're thinking, well, it's not. There's steps to take and you have to do the documentation, but that can seem kind of scary, you know, if you're all alone in this thing and trying to apply for that. Are there different ways to apply that are?
There sure are. You know, it's interesting you asked. They've set it up, the Employment Security Commission, to go through 3 different ways and whatever's going to be most convenient for you. You can file online. They have everything there. It'll take about 20 minutes for you to not only file for your benefits, but register to work. Conversely, you can do it by telephone. They have a toll-free, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week number. You just give them a call. You can do the same thing.
Oh, okay. So you can do it online or by telephone, and you can give them your Social Security number, and you can give them some of this other information that you were talking about.
That's exactly right.
You don't have to go down and wait in line to give.
Now, if you want to, if you feel more comfortable having that personalized service of speaking with someone, maybe you have some questions that you have. Maybe you have kind of a different case, and it's important.
Then you need somebody to talk to.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm with you. I understand now.
And there's Employment Security Commission offices all over. You know, down in Greensboro, it's on South Elm and Eugene. In Winston-Salem, it's on Haynes Mill Road. So you can find that information online, or you can call them and get that information if you don't have access to the internet.
What do I do if I'm turned down for unemployment?
There is an appeals process. If you are turned down for benefits, then either you or your employer can file an appeal. That appeal will be held in front of an appeals referee. That person will only base their decision on evidence presented and sworn testimony at an appeal. If that is not in the claimant's favor, then the next level of appeal is to the full commission of the Employment Security Commission.
Well, now this is where, I know this is going to sound like a setup question, but I mean, this is obviously, if I'm in that situation and I'm trying to appeal, I obviously need to go get your help, right, and come and talk with the attorney?
I would highly recommend at that point, and the reason for that, Jim, more than anything else, is that's the only level of appeal that you're introducing evidence. The next appeal from that in front of the full commission, there's only going to be oral argument, meaning no more evidence can be presented. So
you got to get it right the first time.
And it's a good idea to have counsel with you to go through and make sure all the proper hoops are jumped through.
Well, all right, there's lots of more information about this. We're going to give you the website for the Dummit Law Firm, and that is www.nclawyer.com. But more specifically, for anybody watching the program today that's unemployed, or you have a family member that is, and perhaps he or she has been turned down, they say, well, you don't qualify. Check into this, and it's time to go talk to Jim Green at the Dummit Law Firm. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate it. Take care.
Be right back.